Steph, you had said that you thought it would be cool to move into third and have your name right there with Reggie Miller and with Ray Allen. Now that it's actually happened, just your thoughts on doing it and just, that picture with your name with those other two.
It's just a special accomplishment in terms of two guys that I know are trendsetters and stretching the imagination, three-point game, doing it for many, many, many years, and people that I looked up to as a young kid playing the game. So kind of obviously with my dad, it sparked the love of shooting the basketball, and to have, like you said, look up on the list, and obviously I want to catch them and put together many more years at this pace, but just knowing those two guys are right in front of me, it's a special moment for sure, because I respect the game, I respect what guys have done before, and those two guys, again, those are guys I looked up to.
Yeah, Steph, on that note, what do you take away from Ray and Reggie in terms of what they did to make themselves good shooters and how you may have applied that to yourself?
You gotta speak up. What'd you say?
It's the microphone, though.
Anytime you watch them on TV, or if I was lucky enough to be in the building when they were playing, every time they shot it, I thought it was going in. And they all obviously had big moments. You could kind of chronicle each one of their, big shots that they hit. But I always talked about Reggie specifically in terms of how he got his shots moving out the ball. Just his kind of savviness, using his body. His unorthodox shot was something I never really tried to idolize, but in terms of just having that confidence and being able to repeat the same motion over and over again. And I guess in terms of like how documented Ray Allen's work ethic was, the time he put into his craft, and even in, the last, 3-4 years of his career in Boston and Miami, they always said he was the one that was like 3 hours before the game, he'd be out there going through his routine, taking shots he expected them to shoot and make in the games, and just made it, I guess, something to aspire to kind of be like for sure. So I appreciate them, and the longevity part of it, what they both did was something that I respect tremendously.
Steph, you mentioned stretching the imagination of what people do at the three-point shot. Can you talk a little bit about how you've influenced that specifically with the off-the-dribble three, and if you could talk a little bit about the sidestep move that you do? Is that something that you came up with? How did that influence your ability to create off-the-dribble threes?
That honestly wasn't really that much a part of my game until a little bit my junior year in college when I was making a transition playing point guard, but really, probably second or third year in the league, just having confidence and actually working on it and taking it to another level, extending my range and stuff like that. So I see a lot of stuff on social media and people kind of commenting on how the younger generation is approaching the game and shifting perspectives and all that, and that's special to be a catalyst for that kind of change in the game. Obviously, I always talk about how much work goes into it. You can't just show up in the gym and start flinging it. You got to put the time in, but guys of all sizes can shoot the basketball. So if they watch me and feel inspired, that means a lot.
Steph, obviously, passing Jason Terry and moving to third in the all-time three-point list is something pretty big, but it seemed like some of your reactions to, Jonas's shot and some of Clay's shots, it was a bigger reaction compared to, after you made that third three-pointer. What are the team successes and some of your teammates, their accomplishments mean to you, and where do you rank them, compared to your own successes?
I always just have fun playing the game, and obviously this is a team sport, so when you see other guys succeeding, you want to have fun, you celebrate. To be honest, when I made the third three, I knew what the moment was, and it was more so just a reflection on what I kind of talked about the first question, just how appreciative I am to be next to those two guys. So it was a little bit more subdued just because something I look forward to for a long time. So But other, when Jonas hits a half court shot, I actually was yelling at him right when he caught the ball, and he said he heard me. I think I said, like, let me see something, Jonas, and he launched. It looked good the whole way. And anytime Clay gets it going, that's always a fun thing to watch. So you appreciate the show, you appreciate the greatness that's around me, and just have fun.
Steph, on nights like tonight where you and Clay are going off for loud points and you would look up and Kevin's having a quiet but great night, what is it about him that can just get going quietly and it's effortless?
I mean, all-time great scorer. That's what he does. He's efficient. He pretty low maintenance in terms of, like, you look at, he had 11 shots tonight, and they're all in his own timing, and nobody can really do anything about it. That's a testament to who he is as a teammate and understanding how we play, a beautiful brand of basketball. He was a part of all of that, being a threat out there, whether he was shooting or not. I think that's something that he enjoys as much as anybody. And whether he's the one taking the shot or not, it's just about how we're playing and creating open looks and just having fun working off of each other. So that goes a long way for him to be as excited about a night like tonight where he's 7 for 11 for 20 plus, or if he's 16 for 30 for 40 or whatever it is. Like, it doesn't matter. It's just about how we play and him being involved and a threat and doing what he does.
Steph, when you talk about your routine, what was the process in figuring out what's best for you, and what are some of the concepts that you think are most important with that?
In terms of how I play? What do you mean?
Yeah, just your day-to-day routine.
It just evolves. A lot of people you kind of lean on for kind of direction, but most of it's just feeling how or working on things that I know I'm going to do in the game and just creating a set routine that I can rely on, whether I'm shooting the ball well or having a couple rough games in a row, and from year to year. So it evolves and it's changed since my rookie year to now, but you just find something that you're comfortable with doing in terms of mixing up all the different shots that I'm going to take. And for me, I like to switch it up. I don't like to hammer home one thing at a time. I kind of like to work on a bunch of different things. So it simulates in a real game. You're not taking the same shot twice very often. So that's probably the one thing that I try to focus on in terms of getting rhythm and touch and really expanding my skill set.
You think you and Clay will end up 1-2 all time in made threes?
I wouldn't be surprised. It's kind of trending in that direction, what we've been able to do together. So I think we both appreciate, again, the longevity of what that all-time list looks like, and we are working as hard as ever to continue to be efficient, shoot the ball at a high level. So that's something to shoot for.
You mentioned at shoot-around that you tried to keep the game ball from the last game when you thought you passed Terry. First question, did you keep the game ball tonight? And then separate question, are you surprised at how big of an impact Jonas Jerebko's had on the team so far this season?
No, I'm not surprised at all. I was excited about that signing from the jump in the summer and understanding what he could provide. He's physical. He's confident from behind the line, making play or making his threes, and he's just fearless. You can kind of count on him night in, night out to be out there, put his body on the line, move the ball, play the right way. So I know he's still continue to get comfortable and understand how he can be most effective out there on the floor. But he's been great for us and a huge catalyst to some big wins we've had, and can only expect that to continue for sure. Oh yeah, I did. I'm gonna try to send it to Reggie and Ray to get them to sign it for me. That's the goal.